guys, this is Sliver here, and this video is meant to be a guide on how to farm mythic unique items without killing Duriel, Ondoriel, or any of the tormented bosses in general in Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Because it is possible, thanks to the newly added Kurast Undercity feature, and more specifically, one item. This item is called the Tribute of Ascendance, and it can be used in Kurast Undercity to almost guarantee you a mythic unique item after the end of the run. So we're going to be farming this Tribute of Ascendance. But in order to target farm this item, you have to know where it drops. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. In reality, there are two types of these tributes. We have the United one, which drops from world bosses, and it can be used to give the chance of a mythic unique to your whole party when you enter the Kurast Undercity. And there is the Resolute tribute, which only grants you, or the user of it, the chance for a mythic unique when you enter Kurast Undercity. The first one, so the United tribute, drops from world bosses. And unfortunately, it's not really farmable besides killing all the world bosses when you get the opportunity. However, the second one, the Resolute tribute, it drops from Whisper caches, and therefore it is very farmable. So our goal with this farm is to farm the Resolute Tribute of Ascendance, and we get it from Whisper caches. So we're going to maximize the amount of Whisper caches we get per hour in order to maximize our chances for this item. And to do that, we have to do whispers. I recommend setting up a priority list as to which whisper you plan to do, and if the first priority whisper is not present, you do the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and so on and so on. So what I suggest is only doing whispers that award 5 green favors and nothing less. Fortunately, there are a lot of these in Vessel of Hatred, but it's not equal how much work you have to put in order to complete these whispers. Therefore, you should set up this priority list. I believe that first priority should be the ones that require you to kill a tormented boss. So kill Duriel, Ondoriel, or any other boss. These require barely any effort if you have a strong enough character, and you get 5 green favors for these. Next, you should have the Helltide Blood Maiden Whisper. In this case, you have to go to the Helltide and kill the Blood Maiden, and sometimes you get a few extra green favors for the surrounding whispers in the Helltide. I wouldn't go out of my way to do those though. I would only do the Blood Maiden Whisper. Next on our priority list, we have the PvP zone whispers, more specifically the one that involves killing a seeding abomination. This whisper also awards 5 green favors, and it can be done in both PvP zones after one another. However, this whisper has a longer cooldown than others. It is around 2 to 3 days. Next on our list we have the Kurast Undercity Whisper, which is fairly fast to complete and also awards 5 green favors. I would like to mention that the Infernal Hordes Whisper is not on our priority list because it takes forever to complete an Infernal Hordes event, and that would take too much time for this to be worth it. And last but not least, if none of the above is available, then you should run the Dungeon Whispers, which also grant you 5 green favors. In general, I prefer dungeons that are in the new zone Nahantu, because those dungeons don't really have any objectives, they just require you to run through the dungeon and kill the boss. So if only Dungeon Whispers are available, I would prefer them to be in Nahantu, so you should prioritize those, and if there's no Nahantu Dungeon Whispers, then you should do the remaining other ones. One more important thing, if a word boss is about to spawn, then you should immediately stop what you're doing, go there and kill the boss. This is for 2 reasons. First of all, you get green favors from the boss as well, but also from word bosses, there is a small chance of getting the Tribute of Ascendance, more specifically the United type. So that's why if you're doing this, you should every time kill word bosses when they are available. And that's it. This is how I recommend farming for the Tributes of Ascendance. And once you manage to get it, then all you have to do is go to the Kurast Undercity beacon, plug it in and run it. And after that, you have a really high chance of getting a Mythic Unique Item. I am personally very happy that this exists in the game, even though the tribute has a low chance of dropping, because finally we are not strictly required to run Duriel and Andariel all over again for hours on end. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to comment,